fashion, styling, and so much more. Contact us using the details displayed below or reach out to me, Faith Fetaru, on the different social media platforms. Remember, like I always say, your image matters. Cheers.
So, hello, Faith. So we are live already. We just kick-started live. So I want to say thank you. I've not shared the link yet, so I'm going to share it to people to join the group. The YouTube link is a YouTube link, so they'll watch from their side. So you just ask them to drop a comment, then they drop a comment. I'll show the comments so you can see them. Do you understand? Do you understand? Hello,
Yes,
network.
please.
So how are we gonna go about it? So just tell them to
Sorry?
drop a comment. Do you understand? So tell them to drop a comment and I will just show it on the screen. Do you get my point? So
What
welcome.
kind of comments?
Just like if you're online, drop a comment. You will see the comments.
Okay.
So I will just show it on the screen. Understand?
Okay.
So that's how you do it here. Show me out. So I want to say thank you for coming up. I know it's not actually easy. Thank you for sacrificing. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your work. I see what you do. If you're already live, I want to say thank you. And uh I'm going to share the link very soon. So uh please just stay tuned and let's just wait as we kickstart very soon. Hello. So we are starting now. We are starting now. So welcome, Lady of Faith. You're really welcome. So you can come in now because we just 5 minutes live away. So I just want you to come in now and just share with us what you have for us today. So if you're a startup, if you're a small business owner, if you're an individual professional growth, I want to tell you that this lady is uh she's practical. Like it is practical. It's not something is theoretical. I got to know her through practical. I just saw it on the group. I heard her voice, and I was like, this really depicts. And unknowingly, she's actually an image consultant. She depicts what she speaks about. So I believe as she talks about this today, I want you to how to communicate effectively. Please and please listen and write down. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Fitz, Leader Fitz, you can come up now. Thank you.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Trust you're all doing well. Thank you so much, Leader Precious. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for welcoming me to this particular community. I'm so excited to connect with you all, to interact with you, and to just see to it that we can learn and evolve with one another. And once again, I appreciate what you're doing, Leader Precious, for helping people and especially transforming lives in the space of sales, copywriting, and the different things that you're all about. Thank you so, so, so much. And to everyone tuning in, welcome on board. I celebrate you in your different capacities and in the different things that you do. I honor you all. And what I would just say is that let's keep changing the world. Let's keep playing our part to make this world a better place, to make to add value to humanity, right? Yes. So I'm Faith Fetaru. I'm an image consultant. As the word says, image. I help people present the best version of themselves as the kings and queens that they are, that they've been created to be. What I mean by that is that I help people polish everything to do with the image. That's to do with appearance, where some to do with how they style themselves and everything. And then, of course, effective communication, because part of your image or brand is how you talk, how you communicate. Can you present yourself effectively? In public spaces, and also I help people polish that area. And of course, one's image does not go without talking about your behavior. So that is why we help people, especially when it comes to things like etiquette, whether it's social etiquette. Can you manage small talk? Do you know how to network? Dining etiquette, because we are kings, we're queens, so the places we dwell in require those skills. And of course, business etiquette, things to do with how can you even do a proper handshake that will leave a lasting impression, all these things. And lastly, how we help people work on their brand or images by managing the digital footprint, helping people build and position their personal brands online. I usually tell someone, if someone can type your name on the different engines, what comes out? So those are different decision determinants these days, whether for opportunities or for different things that come our way. And of course, I work with corporate entities as well. I train teams and stuff on soft skills. I work especially for corporate entities, things to do with the public relations and communication strategies. That's pretty much about me. I'm a speaker, and I also host and moderate corporate events. I could go on and on and on, but my profile is done. I'm sure some of you have read it already, and some of you will. We can always connect afterwards, and then we get to know one another after that. So, welcome, welcome once again. So, you see, for tonight's conversation came from this place that we live in a world where there's a lot of frustrated potential, or where people's dreams or ideas are moving at a slow pace because they're not in position to express themselves well. they're not in position to communicate who they are very well. It's quite frustrating, I'm telling you. And I've been there before, and I've seen many people in that same space before, because I've worked with clients and different people out there. So people struggle to bring out, just for example, if you walked into a room and they tell people, kindly introduce themselves, just even a simple introduction becomes a challenge for many. It becomes a challenge for many. And yet, these are the things that leave a lasting impression. What I was talking about earlier as an image consultant, these things leave lasting impressions out there. So, from giving introductions to selling our ideas, I know in a community, this session was meant for startups and SMEs and all of that. So, many people face anxiety, especially when it comes to speaking in different spaces. When I say public, it's not just family setting or whatever setting you're in. So that is one of the challenges that I've seen people face and struggle in. And for me, it's from a place of, can you be able to get out of that place and start to present yourself with boldness? Over the weekend, I was showcasing our company works at a professional event, and many of the people who came to me were practically talking about, oh, what makes you so bold like this and all of that. And I tell them, I was not born bold. I was actually used to be shy. I used to be shy when it came to standing in front of people. My hands would shake, I would sweat. I remember those kinds of situations, but it's a decision I later on decided to make. I said, you know what? If I am to pursue my dreams, if I'm to go as far as I should, then I need to work on this intentionally, because the world goes with the bold, the world moves with those who can easily share what their dreams are or what the opportunities are. And I know, especially for business people listening in, the opportunities where you need to pitch, you need to share your dreams with people. Maybe some are going to fund you, some are going to join your team. So if you cannot express yourself well, it's quite a challenge. So it's from all of these different scenarios out here, we thought that, for this particular community, SRM, and for any other person joining out there, that we needed to have this brief session so that we can align a few things, okay? So, yes, allow me begin this way to say that it's very important to communicate well, especially when it comes to business. All right. So, what does effective communication do, especially when it comes to a business? Now, I'm relating it to business because our theme here was for SMEs and startups, how they can communicate effectively. So, when you think about communication, what comes to mind? It's that space where we get to build stronger relationships, where we get to inspire trust with other people. It's also that thing that that opens the door to different opportunities, whether you're interacting with your clients, whether you are talking to investors, or even to your own team. Just that ability to be able to express your ideas clearly and confidently can actually determine the direction your business takes. That's the truth. Please mark that. That's the truth. And most times when it comes to startups and SMEs, we all have different unique challenges that we face. And sometimes probably resources are limited. Sometimes the competition is quite fierce. A lot is happening. But now, especially when you come to a place where you have fear and uncertainty, especially when it comes to public speaking, now that's also a bigger challenge for you. So let me just ask each one of you, just think of a particular time where poor communication probably led you to have a missed opportunity. Think about those things. Today, I want to just provoke someone to look deep within you and say, how many opportunities have I lost because I could not communicate well? How many chances have I missed out on, because I could not confidently come out? I want you to think through these things, and probably if you're there, if you have somewhere to write, note them down. And as you note them down, I want something to be provoked in your heart that, you know what, I can put an end to this. I can put an end to missing out on opportunities, to missing out on great things just because I fear to talk, I fear or to speak to people, or I cannot communicate effectively. I can't even hold a conversation. So write those down even as we speak. And as you're listening to me, just drop something for me in the chat box. Thank you so much, Gender Tech Podcast. You're most welcome. I appreciate that comment. Any other person, just drop a comment right in there so that I also see the people I'm interacting with, because hey, you're making me look like I'm speaking to myself, right? Thank you, Leader Precious, Namdi, and any other person, just feel free to drop in some comments right there. So I want you to think about your life intentionally. I didn't come here to just speak things to you, but I came here to provoke someone to say enough is enough. It's time to move to the next level, especially when it comes to the aspect of communication. So while we speak about communication, our theme had something to do with communicating confidently. So what are the basics for one to communicate confidently? Number one, self-awareness. You see, if you understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and everything about yourself, it becomes a foundation for you to now start to embrace speaking, because if you know spaces where you've not been doing well, that will give you room to actually improve yourself. But where you know you have strength, then you think about making it better. Personally, I am. Thank you so much, Stella. I had to first pause and say that. Thank you, Stella. You're welcome. So think about this well, get to know yourself. One thing I always tell people is that even when it comes to image or life generally, if you do not understand who you are or yourself, it's hard to go forth for the things you need. So that same thing applies for communication and public speaking. Who are you? Do you know your strengths? Do you know your weaknesses? So if you know all these details, you'll know, maybe I need to improve in this area of communication. Maybe my strength is in networking with people. I know how to hold small talks with people. So how can I take it to the next level so that I can connect with high value people? So you see that strategy? So it helps you know what to focus on to improve yourself. I mean, to become better, and the areas in which you can actually improve or invest in more knowledge. And then number two, things that make you more confident is your body language. You know, when it comes to communication, research actually says that 55% of our communication, people pay attention to, 55% of it goes to our visual communication. When it comes to communication, we have something called the verbal communication, which is the words we speak, the grammar and everything. And then we have the vocal communication, which is the tone we use and all of these things. And then the visual communication, which has to do with our body language. When I say body language, it's the eye contact that I'm looking at you right now. It's the smiles. I'm smiling for all of you right now. It's things to do with the gestures, as you can see, my hands and everything. So those are the things that add up to your body language. So it takes 55%. Vocal communication takes about 38%. And then verbal communication takes only 7%. So you can imagine. So if you want to communicate more confidently and appear more confident, that means you have to work on your body language, know how to use your gestures, know what different gestures mean what. There are different things in our world of communication. There are things called, the posture is part of your body language. There's something which we call the mirror effect, where you mirror what the other person is doing so that you can get their attention. But although I can't go into the details of all those things, but those are powerful tools that can make you appear so confident. Trust me. I'm not saying you should do this, but you can get to a place where someone picks you out to speak about a topic you barely know about, but just because of your body language, everyone will see you as confident and you're able to speak and actually believe. That's the power of it, just to appear confident. And then, of course, things like your voice control. Your voice has power. Whether it's the tone of your voice, the pace at which you're speaking, the clarity you have, all these things add up to the confidence you exude when you're communicating. So that's very powerful, I'm telling you. And then people think when you're communicating, it's all about speaking, speaking, speaking. No way. Speaking doesn't go without, effective communication doesn't go without talking about active listening. That means to be a better communicator, you have to be an active listener. That means learn to listen to people, and things like active listening have a lot to play with how you pay attention, your eye contact, nodding. There's so much more I could go under this, but of course I'm just here for a brief moment. But those are things to look at in order for you to appear more confident when it comes to communicating. And then, of course, one of the biggest triggers or challenges people face when it comes to communicating is overcoming fear and anxiety. Like I told you at the beginning, I've been in spaces where my hands were shaking in front of an audience, where I was practically sweating. And one of them was when I was in high school. My voice practically changed. By the time the presentation ended, everyone asked me, "What happened to your voice?" But it was because I had anxiety, stage fright. I was so afraid because of standing in front of people. But until I made that decision when I joined the university, I became one of the best presenters in class. But this is someone who used to be shy. So I'm telling you, fear is real. That anxiety is real. So, but there are many ways you can overcome that so that you can be able to improve your public speaking. It has things to do with preparing well for your different presentations, especially if you're just new to interacting in public spaces. It has a lot to do with, we have different techniques when it comes to coaching people in public speaking. The things we call as, taking a deep breath, calming your nerves, and so much more. There's a lot I could go deep into, but our time here is a bit little. It's small, it's a little time we have here, but those are things I can say. And then, of course, I'll just say a few things when it comes to strategies of public speaking. Number one, how do you even structure your message? So when someone gets you to speak, even if it's to give a comment in a meeting, even if you're in a meeting with a team or with people and you're asked to give feedback, how do you give that feedback? There's a way you can give your feedback in a very structured manner. Structuring doesn't only come to speeches where you're in front of a big audience. Even in normal meetings, in normal everyday interactions, you can structure your feedback, and it comes out very excellently. We have things we use like storytelling. People have an appeal to emotions, and storytelling is one of the ways you can actually appeal to them. We have rhetorical devices. In a presentation, sometimes things like questions can come in, rhetorical questions. When I say rhetorical questions, things like, I could give you a question, and that question is just to trigger you to think deeper. It's to trigger you to think about your life, or to, it's not for responses, but those are some of the things you use, especially when you are using your rhetorical devices. You can talk about speaking to people and engaging them if you cannot engage with your audience. Your audience is the king, literally, when it comes to public speaking. How do you engage with them? Maybe you're pitching your idea. Maybe you're at an event or something. How do you engage people so that you can get feedback from them? There's so much more basic I could talk about, but one thing I can say is that this is for businesses, this is for professionals, but as well in your everyday conversations, there are tips that you can use to make your communication more effective. For example, being very clear and concise. Sometimes we're asked to give feedback in one sentence, but that sentence becomes 5 minutes for people. But that takes away the essence. So how can you, whether it's in your emails, your calls, or your meetings, how can you be able to just be clear but straight to the point and appeal to everyone in a limited period? Because one way or the other, you have to respect people's time, And one of the ways you can manage everyday conversations is, how do you stay calm under pressure? I know there are conversations that are quite difficult, but in those conversations, how do you stay calm? How do you ensure that you're able to give feedback? I know, for example, people who are professionals, maybe you're in this meeting, things are quite hot in there, and you're wondering, what am I going to say? But still under pressure, you can still give your speech without dimming your light. Maybe you can take a pause within that speech, or in giving you, that helps you to calm yourself, or taking a deep breath, that helps you to collect yourself and give more constructive feedback, even in conditions where you're under pressure. And then, of course, that we cannot talk about speaking if we do not seek for feedback. Feedback is key, especially when we want to improve how we communicate. If you want to improve how we interact with people, it's very important. So it's important to always seek feedback from people. You don't seek for the feedback just for the sake, oh my god, I want to know, but seek it from a place of learning more. So if from people who are genuine with you, maybe someone will say you did this and did that, others will encourage you, but others will also tell you areas of improvement, and those things are very important for your growth, especially when it comes to communicating effectively. So what would I basically say? In our everyday life, whether you're in a family, whether it's in business settings, or even in professional settings like workplaces and all of that, we cannot evolve without learning to communicate effectively. Trust me. And that thing affects people to a point where, if when it comes to their conversations, even through text, they're not able to put down constructive text, that they'll text someone and someone needs to first ask them again what's next. You see, have you ever interacted with someone and you have to literally ask them questions to know what they want to say? It's like they've come to tell you something, but they cannot put the thoughts together. They can't say something in a structured way that someone will understand that this comes from this to this and there's an end point. And these things are important. They help leave a lasting impression for us. I'll tell you the truth, speaking effectively, or when you're confident in public speaking, trust me, it can unlock doors and opportunities that you never even imagined. I'm a living testimony of this. The people I've interacted with just one-on-one, and they tell me, my goodness, one interaction I had was recent with a gentleman. He's a great leader. He's in the UK, and of course he's a doctor and has a leadership institute and everything. So he came for an event and we're just having small talk and everything, but in just less than a minute, he just gave me this compliment and said, you're well spoken, and I can tell someone who reads or someone who is a good speaker just in a few seconds, literally 1 minute of an interaction with someone. He was able to give me that kind of feedback. So, and those kinds of things are what opens you up to opportunities. The next thing is, what more do you do? How can I engage you? You see how opportunities open up even for your business. You're maybe networking. Who knows, that person could actually take your business or opportunity to the next level. But if you can't express yourself well, or even just introducing yourself well, if you can't do that, you're missing out on opportunities. Nothing hurts like moving so slowly or missing out on opportunities just because of a skill that you can actually improve on. All right. So I really appreciate Leader Namdi for bringing me on board here to just share a few things on public speaking, to just let you know that on my end, it's a serious vision, it's an assignment, but I believe that my heart is to see that everyone can be able to. Yes, some of you might end up on big platforms, but some of you, it's as simple as interacting with your team or with people around you. But for you to be able to master that, it's very important. Maybe that's one of the, if it's something you've
If
not
it's
been
something
working
you've
on,
not
maybe
been
that's one
working
of the
on, maybe
things
that's
that
one
you
of the
need
things that you
to
need
evolve
to
this year.
evolve this year.
Leader Namdi, I'm
With
hearing
an
myself.
engine here in myself.
Thank you.
Thank
Maybe
you.
that's one of the
Maybe
things
that's
you
one of
need
the
to work
things
on in
you need
order
to
to go
work
to
on
the
in order
next
to go
level
to
of
the
your life.
next level of your life.
I'm still hearing
I'm still
feedback.
hearing feedback.
Is it good?
Is it good?
Leader Namdi, I'm hearing myself. Maybe if you can mute for a second. Okay, thank you. So yes, like I was saying earlier, maybe this is just the opportunity you need. My heart here is today is just to provoke you and say, if this is a skill that you've not intentionally worked on, I'll tell you, please go work on it. Please go improve on it, because it's going to take you to the next level. Yes, like I introduced myself earlier, I deal in aspects of appearance, etiquette, the digital footprint and all, but today I'm just speaking about public speaking, or how to communicate effectively. It will take you to the greatest levels of life. Right? So please, I'm urging you today, what I'm urging you today is that if there's anything, I just came here to say, kindly work on how you communicate, work on your image in that area, work on how you project your ideas, your dreams, your visions. Besides putting them on paper, learn to communicate them, be intentional, be strategic, know how to get your way around people. How can you have a conversation with someone for 30 seconds and you're able to go to the next level of your life? You see, for example, you meet someone, who are you? How are you? And all they'll say is, I'm Faith Fetaru and I'm happy to be here. I mean, what do you mean? You've just been given a platform to sell yourself. Maybe you can say, I'm Faith Fetaru. I help people to improve their brands, and especially in how they appear, how they communicate, how they behave. And I've worked with, this and this clients. Or maybe it could be something like that. Have you ever entered a space and you don't have the confidence to actually project who you are to the people around you? I'm Faith Fetaru. I help you to present the best version of yourself. You see the different ways I can introduce myself, I can pitch myself. So that is what confidence does. That's how we ought to go out, be aggressive, and to speak about ourselves and to speak to people and just go out there and do what we need to do, because our dreams need our voices, our visions need our voices, the things that we've been called to do need our voices. If you cannot speak well, you're not going to go to certain levels of your life. I'm telling you the truth. And the truth is, you can employ people, but at some point you need to master that art. And that art has helped me network with great people across the world. And that's the truth. Just because I've mastered how to communicate, whether it's via text or verbally. So please, if there's anything you can take today, learn to do that. Learn to improve your communication. Learn to stand out in how you speak, and take on the world. This year, I want to hear amazing testimonies. I want to hear amazing things from each and every one of you, so that, yeah, I want to also cheer you on in whatever space you're in, that you're taking this seriously and you're going forth for the things you want. All right. Yeah, so thank you all so much. That was my brief presentation. I had to keep it short. We had a limited time to do this. However, today, just take a moment, write down those things, write down what or how many opportunities have I missed because I could not express myself well. Number 2, when was the last time I probably shared an opportunity and I spoke well and I gained opportunities? Write the two sides and see, and then say, how can I get better at this? Okay, the goal is not to miss any opportunity just because we were shy to communicate, or we could not, or we had the opportunity and platforms, but we could not present our dreams and visions confidently. So I want you to write all of those down, reflect on them, and then get some action points to work on it. And then, just as I conclude, Leader Namdi, basically, we interact quite a lot, and of course, I do trainings and courses on public speaking and effective communication. So he got me on board and said his community or some people here might want to, improve how they communicate. They might want to go to the next level of their public speaking, and said I should also share that opportunity as well. And so what the screen that is being shared has the course module and what we do, especially with that. Maybe if you just go through the slides quicker, so that that's the introduction, and then we have the modes of delivery. Since sometimes I deal a lot with people and clients, some are not within Uganda, and yeah, they're in different continents sometimes, so I do a lot of this virtually. But the beauty of it is that most of the things shared are practical insights. We have practical assignments, we have live sessions, and it's flexible, and we do it. For example, we have 2 live sessions in a week, and then in between there we can have some practical tasks so that you implement what you learn. I don't believe in learning in a I don't believe in just theory-based learning. I believe in practical learning where someone gets to implement what they're studying. So I believe in results, basically. One of my values is being results oriented. So I infuse that, especially even in our trainings and the things that we do. So yes, Leader Namdi, if you can just share the screen to the end quick, that would be amazing. So we have all those amazing modules there and all of that. And this program has taken people through, whether in South Africa, whether it's in the US, we've had people take them through. And Yeah, so basically, for this opportunity that have been given today, we're carrying out an offer, a specific discount. So as you can see on the screen, as he shares, there's module 1, module 2, module 3, and all those different modules that we go through. Yeah, so we've decided to, it's something that we intend to work on and launch very soon. So in that regard, we decided to do a giveaway this particular month. And that giveaway is basically just for this month, this very month. And some of the people are actually starting it this very Wednesday. And yeah, by Friday it will be kicking off and all of that. So by with the orientation and all, it's only for this month. After this month, it goes to the original prices or the original fee. So we're doing it at only $30. Yeah, $30. If there's any in naira, maybe that one Namdi will help. But when it comes to Ugandan shillings, that's 120,000 Ugandan shillings. We're going to take it only for 3 weeks. It's going to be straight to the point. We're just giving back and giving that discount, especially if you're going to join with this slot. And it's only for April. After that, everything goes back to the original fee and everything. By the end, there's a certificate, definitely. And also the beauty beyond even a certificate is the practical learning, where you get to implement and apply everything that you learn as you study it. So for those who would like to join that ASAP and take on that offer, like Didanamdi, you'll be able to share the link in the chat box for you to join the waiting room. There we'll brief you, share with you this module in detail so that you look through it. And from there, those who want to join, there's already a group of people who are in the actual room. So those who are in the waiting room, if you're taking on this offer as it is right now, you'll be able to join that waiting room. And from that waiting room, once you finalize, you join the other group so that you can be able to join people from Friday. So Leader Namdi, if you can share that group link in the chat box, that would be awesome, so that anyone who likes to join, just join it through the link that he's going to share in the chat box. So would like to evolve with you together. We like to take your skills to the next level. We just want to go to the next level together. This year, we're not leaving anyone behind. We are not. I mean, let's grow and evolve together. Let's grow and evolve. Let's work on our image. Let's work on our brand. Let's take our dreams out there in the best way possible and attract the people we need to attract the opportunities we need to, and sell our visions. So by the time this year ends, we're looking back and saying to ourselves, and we're celebrating the fact that we've come, and the fact that sorry, that we worked on how we communicate, that we did some personal development, we've gone to the next level. So thank you so much for listening in. If anyone has any question, this is the time to ask it before we wrap up. Kindly ask any question, or free to drop them there if you have any question. Over to you, Leader Namdi, and anyone in the audience. Thank you so much.
Trying to do some things right now. Phone is. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, we
Hello.
do.
Yes, we do. Thank Fetaru. Fonda or Fetaru image
So I don't want to talk too much. Thank you so much.
concept, which is an initiative that does consultation.
So basically, thank you so much for this section. Mhm. I would advise you to make use of the link on the comment section to join the wait list. I think you can ask your questions there. It's preferable you ask your questions there. Understand? So she can communicate better with you. You have access to her, you can talk to her, ask questions, and it's not something you rush to. It's $30. You get my point. So you can make your payments on the group. The group is on the comment section. I'll put it on the description section. I'll put it in the group. Join, join. It's very important to join. I said earlier how I met Faith. Leader Faith. I met her through the, and from that WhatsApp group, I heard her speak, and I'm very fast in speaking. If you quite know me very well, I'm very very fast in speaking. I'm improving. I'm even supposed to register for this course. So, uh, but it is necessary. Like say I'm doing but if you hear her speaking, you know, hear it like she did it like pro max. So but these are the things we need to learn. You cannot if you get to kings, meet kings, you need to talk like king, like you understand. So just go on the comment section and click register, join the wait list, and I'll be there with you too. If you have any questions, ask her there. I think that's that I can say for now. I don't want to talk too much. Grow. There's someone I know, he said something, he said growth will cost you and growth will not cost you. And lastly, I want to thank someone. His name is Dr. Michael Oladipo. He's really, really an inspiration to us. Thank you so much, sir. Uh, thank you. I just want to upload something before I round up today. I'm actually even stressed out because of my work today, but I had to squeeze my time to do this because of you. Most of you have lost opportunities because of the way we speak, but there's a hope now. There's hope. There's hope. There is hope for us. There's hope for us. So what you do, you can't see Mr. It was through a meeting like this, through a meeting we had, like virtual meeting hosted by Dr. Michael Ladipo, and I was opportunity to connect with this amazing lady, leader Faith, Fetaru from Uganda, and she's amazing. She speaks you into your life. So she's going to speak. She has a course available. So go and register. Don't waste your time. Don't say go and register. Go and apply. Understand? I think there are batches. Leader Faith, do you have it by batch, or just how do you do it? Is it batch by batch, or the first batch is April, right? Hello.
No,
No,
we've been
and
doing
we've been
this
doing this
particular
particular.
why I'm sharing this opportunity is because of this particular offer, which is just for April, but the usual fee is $150. Yeah. Yeah,
Now
and
she
it
has
keeps
did
So
all.
occurring
keeps occurring
subsequently.
subsequently.
Yeah, it's not a one-off program.
So you see that she's even giving the discount offer for those who are in the SRM community. I think we just need like 10% of 15, but should I say 20% for this? I think I'll give it a number because if you bring everybody now, not everyone will want to. So what I'll do is that I'll just put the first 20 to get in. I'll put it in the group. Please and please go and register. Please, please. Thank you so much for today, and I want you to see the link on the comments bit.l/ speak up waitlist. Speak up waitlist. So just check and you join the group. Thank you for today, everyone, for joining this section. I do not take it for granted. Please grow, grow. Connect, speak out, connect. Um, so let's have a wonderful time and take care. See you later. Thank you, Leader Faith, for this amazing speech. I really appreciate it. Thank you all and have a wonderful time.
If you have money, use the money to build relationships. If you have money and the only thing you have is a house and you say I have an estate, you will be surprised. Estates don't visit you when you are in the sick bed. Estates don't say I love you. Estates don't say I'm praying for you. The fruit in your shop will not look at you and say good morning, sir. Don't be carried away.
professionally for productivity and profitability. Well, we do this through a number of consultations and trainings in aspects of identity and purpose, personal branding, effective
Communication,
communication,
educating
educating
social
social
graces,
graces,
customer
customer
care,
care,
grooming,
grooming,
system
and
scaling, and
so
so
much
much
more,
more.
such
Such
as
as
using
using
the
the
details
details
displayed
displayed
below
below
or
or
reach
reach
out to
out to
me,
me,
Faith
Faith
Fetaru, on
Fetaru,
the
on the
different
different
social
social
media
media
platforms.
platforms.
Remember,
Remember,
like I
like I
always
always
say,
say,
your
your
image
image
matters.
matters.
Cheers.
Cheers.